Welcome back, watch fans, for another exciting video. We're going to be talking about the Rolex Submariner, the Rolex Submariner, the Submariner. What does it say about you when you wear the iconic, that's right, the iconic Rolex Submariner, especially in that the black bezel, the black dial? That we know is the choice of James Bond. That's right. James Bond chose to wear the Submariner. Now, and that is exactly what you are. That's exactly what you are when you strap on a manly Submariner on your wrist. Now, before we get into the video, on the wrist we have the Rolex Thunderbird, also known as the Turnograph, early 1970s, solid yellow gold. This is, of course, the watch I was awarded. This is actually was given to as an award to Air Force combat aces. If you shot down a couple of MiGs back in the Cold War, this is the watch you were awarded, and also the Thunderbird. That's right, the aerobatic team. Now, I was actually awarded this watch in Vietnam for shooting down 5 MiGs. I'll get into that a little bit later. I don't want to brag too much, but listen, I know a lot of you want to thank me for my service to the country, and I appreciate it. But let's get into the Submariner. What does this watch say about you when you have this on your wrist? Well, look, we know that this has been the watch of James Bond, of Jacques Cousteau. It's gone on countless adventures in far-flung corners of the world. And that is what the story that Rolex wants to sell all the tomato cans, all the crayon eaters, and the window lickers, and that is you. So the Rolex, what is it ideal for? Is it ideal for, going on, deep sea dives, or, I don't know, in the jungle or whatever? No. The Rolex Submariner, especially the black dial, black bezel chrome, is most ideally suited for brown nosing your way up the corporate ladder. That's right, brown nosing your way up the corporate ladder, because this is the watch of choice, not of sea divers, but corporate adventurers. The Midtown man in the fleece vest, in that Patagonia vest, or maybe he's got a vest with a logo of some corporate logo, or if he's in New York, maybe he's got hedge fund logo on his vest. That is kind of the thing, right? You wear your vest with your with your dress shirt, no tie. Okay, no tie, of course. And you got to have those soft rubber shoe bottoms. And you got the vest, and you got the Submariner, the black Submariner, and of course you got to be holding your basic bitch Starbucks coffee in your other hand, which probably some complicated, convoluted order some of you guys are giving these people, triple soy milk and latte, cinnamon spice with pumpkins and whatever. It's a 2-hour order. You're giving these poor bastards behind the counter so that they have to waste everybody's time while they pour your sissy boy coffee, if that's what you even call it, that you're going to hold in your hand. And actually, that is what the Rolex Submariner is used for, because in case your Starbucks spills on your wrist, the water is not going to go into it. Now, is this watch waterproof? Yeah, absolutely it is. I was shot down in the Gulf of Tonkin. I swam my way back into the carrier. Me and John McCain. Actually, I saved John McCain's life. I'll get into that later. I don't want to brag. But anyway, yeah, so the Rolex Submariner is most useful for avoiding Starbucks coffee drownings. That's right. When you have this Rolex Submariner in black, and you spill your Starbucks when your co-worker in his fleece vest bumps into you, it's your watch is going to be safe. So that is the purpose of the watch. I'm here walking the mean streets of Las Vegas. Don't try this at home, guys. I'm a professional combat veteran. Now, basically, the Rolex Submariner is the ultimate watch for conformists, for serfs, And that is what you are. When you wear that watch, you are a conformist. When you put on that watch, basically you are signaling to the world that you are following orders, the marching orders of the man, and you will not do anything out of line. You will follow the orders, just like a good German soldier following the Führer, and you're going to follow orders, conform, and toe the line. That is what the Rolex Submariner signals to your boss, because you are working for a boss. You're not an entrepreneur. You're not a free man. You're a serf. You're a slave. Okay, that's what you are. You're serfs. And that is who wears these watches. The serfs is the corporate serf in his vest with his dress shirt, no tie, and holding that Starbucks coffee as he, walks through the mean streets of Park Avenue and 52nd Street, or Mayfair. Well, actually, in Mayfair, they don't drink coffee. They're usually getting drunk immediately. As soon as the clock strikes 5, these drunken Brits are there, with their pints, and that is what it's for. The Submariner, if it falls into a pint of beer, a pint of lukewarm piss beer, or if it spills on you, the watch will be okay. And that is actually the only occasion that the Rolex Submariner gets into contact with liquids. That or, well, I don't want to get into, this is a family channel, so we're not going to get into too many, details. But yeah, that is what it's for. Now, here's the thing. That is, do you remember the American artist Shepard Fairey? He actually did, it's kind of, he's actually a horrible artist, a very unoriginal, communist, greedy, trying to sell these posters. But his whole idea was those kind of being ironic propaganda-based art, right? He's, it's kind of done as a tongue-in-cheek, but he's the guy that did the Obama Hope and Change, or Hope and Fair post, or whatever, Hope and Change, and Hope. There was that picture of Obama looking like a, Soviet god, in that pose that, Lenin had. Soviet propaganda posters, and hit with the word hope there. And when you saw that poster with those like colors, those kind of rainbowish colors, it gave you all sorts of good feelings. That is, and it was kind of ironic because it's based on Soviet propaganda art, and of course everybody ate it up. All the tomato cans, all the window lookers had it in their windows. I bet if you're wearing a Submariner, I bet you have a fading Obama poster hanging. You got that fading Obama poster hanging in your bedroom wall in your parents' basement. Well, actually, no. If you got the Submariner, you're probably sharing a overpriced apartment with like 2 other guys. That's what it is. So basically, look, this is the watch. When you get the Submariner, that's a watch that, that's kind of the corporate clown watch. You get your first kind of 6-figure job. You think you're, big swinging dick. You think you can impress your, men, impress women, mostly, really. I think that's what you guys are thinking. But listen, let me tell you something. Women are not impressed by a black Submariner. Maybe if it was a 2-tone bluesy, the blue dial, because then you'd have some style. At least you'd have some style. You'd have some swagger. But you don't, because you're a corporate cunt, and you're a conformist, you're a slave, you're a serf. And that is why they have that watch, because think about it. Think about the serfdom mentality. Have you noticed the English, who are very class conscious, right? The English are very class conscious. Do you know, it's interesting, the most aristocrats, or the old money, so to speak, they always wear kind of more eccentric clothes, or colorful, or eccentric. They're more eccentric, right? They're not afraid to stand out. Whereas the serfs, which is, pretty much most of English society, right? Because that's 90% of them are serfs. They all dress alike. And of course, the same thing we have in the Anglo-Saxon world in America, because it's basically the same people. It's descended from the same group of people, right? The English German, right? So that is, the Protestant work ethic, the whole thing. So, and that is what it's good for. It's good for, productivity. You want to have everybody conforming and being productive and rowing in line. That is the submariner. Have you noticed, interestingly, you're very rarely going to find, people like real entrepreneurs are wearing that watch, or, people who are innovators. You're never going to see that. You're usually going to see that on, again, the salaryman, midtown salaryman. That is what you are, my friend. You are the midtown salaryman trying to flex with your basic bitch Rolex. Now, let me get into this watch over here. Now, at some point you're thinking, okay, what do I need to do? Because I do need to have a Rolex so that I could, be a real man. Because you're not a real man if you don't have a Rolex. We all know this, right? I suggest, especially if you are, actually I shouldn't say broke, but the best watch you can get under the radar is, well, there's a couple. Look, I mean, Day-Date Meteorite Dial, Day-Date 40 Meteorite Dial is a nice choice. GMT Meteorite Dial, nice choice. Of course, white gold. But if you can't get those, and look, I'm just a retired Air Force veteran. You get one of these turnographs. This is going to be the next big thing, my friends. This is an actual military watch. This has the real military heritage that all you wannabes, you spreadsheet divers. That's right. You guys are taking deep dives with your submariner into the spreadsheet and taking deep dives into that tall or grande, what do they call it? The Starbucks, the 16-ounce cup, 24-ounce cup. I love how they come up with these Italian names. These Italian names. By the way, hang on a second. Let me just show you something. Okay, so hey, I'm gonna give you guys. Okay, so this is basically your Rolex Submariner black bezelware. The guys in the shorts. That's your Rolex Submariner wearers. Midwest. Actually, yeah, outside of big cities. That is how the Rolex Black Submariner owner dresses, because they need to conform. They're afraid to stand out because they're serfs. The serfs need to be kept in line, so that is their uniform. Their uniform is the Submariner. That basically signals they have a little bit of status, so they're not quite at the bottom of the barrel. They're slightly above the bottom, and that's how they flex to people who are at the bottom. So, it's kind of like the guy in the Ford Focus trying to flex on the guy in the, the Hugo Trabant or something like that, It's kind of hilarious the way humans are. But yeah, so basically, if you notice also, this watch is very popular in London on the tube, because that's who wears the tube rider, not the guy, commuting to work on his plane that he lands in the Thames, right, from his estate in where? I don't know. I remember seeing that in the movie in the late 80s about a Forex trader. Anybody remember that movie? The guy would commute to work. He'd land a plane in the Thames to the city. And I think, what was he doing? They're doing a big trade in bonds. I think that was the big thing of the movie, and very, very interesting. Anyway, I don't think he wore... Actually, did he wear a Submariner? Probably not. So, back to the story. Look, if you want a real watch, you get yourself a chronograph. You get yourself a Rolex Yacht Master. The Rolex Yacht Master is the best watch, in my opinion. The Yacht Master 40 I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the monstrosity that it's the regatta timing bullshit. I'm talking about the Yacht Master 40 look, blue. The blue dial is nice if you want to kind of play it safe, or the two-tone bronze chocolate dial, rose gold and steel. Now, if you were a real man, you may have one of these, but you should only wear this if you have had actual military service, as I have. Now, let me tell you about my story in Vietnam. This was on, I remember it clear as day, July 19th, 1970. We're flying a mission over, I was in the Phantom, we're flying a mission over Hanoi. We were dropping some bombs, and we started taking some flak, the anti-aircraft from the commie gooks below, and they sent up a couple of MiGs. And by this time, we were in like a 2-hour dogfight. It was a 2-hour dogfight, and we ran out of ammo. And I shot down 2 MiGs by this time, but there were still three MiGs on my 6. My other squadron people were shot down. I was the only guy up there, and I was out of ammo. What do you do when you're out of ammo and you have a turnograph? Now, when you're wearing a turnograph on your wrist, now let me show you something. I'm going to show you another Submariner owner. This is 2 Submariner owners here. That is what Submariner owners do at the Wynn Hotel. Unbelievable, but true. That's right. Right here on the streets of Las Vegas, we get free entertainment value. So anyway, so look, back to my story. I looked at my Rolex Thunderbird, and I was inspired to pull out my the 1911 45 caliber, and I shot a hole through the window, my windshield, because you can't open it. I'm sure you guys understand this. You can't pop open that window, and I had to shoot a hole through the window and I was shooting at the Ruski Gook pilot in the MiG, who was trying to shoot me down, and I shot him right through his cockpit, and he went down. He started going down in flames, and then I shot another one. So I had two holes in my windshield when I landed on the aircraft carrier. And John McCain, former U.S. Senator, alleged war hero, he's been taking credit for this ever since. John McCain took credit for this, and he was not there. It was me. If it wasn't for me, John McCain would never be a U.S. Senator. So, this is an unbelievable but true story. This is actual historical fact, and a lot of you tomato cans don't appreciate, the value of military service. But a lot of you are too busy buying backpacks. You're buying your backpacks, your hoodies, your sneakers, like infants. You're infantile. Your children with your vests, your hoodies, your backpacks, instead of being real men, serving in the military like I did, and wearing a real man's watch, the Rolex Thunderbird. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about, my friends. Alright, leave your nasty and vicious comments below. Let me know what you think. Make sure you click the like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video.